Hey, this is Matt. Once again, we're about to another video. This is a paid request for William. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, movie reviews, re-reviews, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, video game playthrough for an hour, a full playthrough, tier list ranking, random thoughts, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. Do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. And this is for the 2002 film Saber-Tooth, which I know I've seen this cover before, but I never saw the film until now. And it's your, I would say, typical sci-fi channel movie, at least during this time period, where they did a few actors that you kind of recognize if you follow enough movies. B movies, some would say C-level actors, and have some kind of creature, some monster, usually in CGI, going through some shenanigans, and usually they're pretty short, to the point, have your commercial breaks, movie's over, when the monster's dead, go on to the next one. So if you're into that kind of stuff, this could be, a time waster. This, was I big on it? No, but I've seen much worse. The CG on the Saber-Tooth looks fucking god awful. I would say that's the worst part of the movie. And the teen characters, either I wish they were better developed, or I wish we concentrated more on the other people, which I'll get to, the more known actors. Because the known actors, you got David Keith, which I like. I always liked David Keith. He was in the original Firestarter. He played the dad, Drew Barrymore's dad in Firestarter. He's done other stuff too, but I always liked David Keith. And then John Rhys-Davies, he's in the film. Always great to see him in something. He was on the TV show Sliders as the professor. He was Sala in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. He was in the Chuck Norris film Firewalker. Like I said, always great to see John Rhys-Davies. So, even like lower budget, like what was that? Nameable. I think he was in the sequel to The Unnameable. I even liked him in that because he never sleepwalks. He does what he can with what little he's given. And you got Vanessa Angel. Now, Vanessa Angel, I remember she was on the TV show Weird Science. I didn't see a whole lot of that show, but I've seen bits and pieces here. I might have seen like one or so episodes. I love the movie. She played the Kelly LeBrock character on the show, the Lisa. On a side tangent, I did not know that show lasted 5 seasons. Because you think, okay, it's based on a hit movie, it's probably a flop, like Uncle Buck TV show, Ferris Bueller TV show. No, it lasted 5 seasons. Over 80 episodes. I'm like, really? Oh, shit. I didn't know it was that successful, so that's crazy. That's like think of a show that gets 5 seasons, but, when was the last time someone mentioned the Weird Science TV show? But there you go. Maybe more people do, I just don't realize it. But, so they star in the film. Vanessa Angel is the scientist that cloned this Saber-Tooth. And they used this kind of stuff to have it grow quicker. So one day, this janitor, not knowing what he's doing, or knowing what he's doing, but the cage screwed up, locks himself in, the Saber-Tooth kills him. Then when it's in transport, something happens, there's an accident, the Saber-Tooth gets loose. It's now, they say, I don't know where this was filmed, but they say it was the Pacific Northwest, like in the movie. It's on the loose while these group of 5 or so teens are out to, what they call them? Volunteer junior guides for underprivileged kids. So 5 of them are out there trying to get the lay of the land, camping, hiking. You have your kind of lead guy and the girl that used to be with, and You have this other guy who's kind of he was a military guy. He's the black guy, but he's not the first to die. You have another girl, and then you have a guy who's a bit of a nerdy goober type of guy. And the teens, I mean, you could have done a lot more developing them. Because, like, the lead guy and the girl, they're there. They're a little bit bland. They're kind of. Maybe that's more with the dialogue they're given. The military guy, at times, he's just a bit too loud and cocky. Like, he almost falls off a damn cliff because he's being caught and fucking around. And he makes a couple stupid decisions later on, which I'll get to. And the other two are kind of whatever. And Vanessa Angel is waiting for the shipment of the Saber-Tooth to arrive. She's wondering why it's late. John Rhys Davies is like the guy who is the money man, and he said, "Oh, we could get rich from this." They both go out with this to figure out what happened. They find out it's loose, so they hire this tracker, played by Teef David. They tell him it's an African lion. He's like, "How the hell did it get here?" "Well, that's up to us. We'll pay you like 50,000 or so." He's like, "Okay, fine." So the three of them go out along with this other girl who's like Vanessa Angel, kind of her assistant. And the four of them go out there. So it'll go back from these four tracking the beast to these five teens out camping and hiking. And once in a while you have someone get killed. Like a couple gets killed after they've been fucking. And once in a while there's a moment that did make me chuckle, it did make me laugh, or did make me go like when the lady gets killed, the couple, the guy hides behind the door, and the fucking Saber-Tooth, its arms come out, grab him, and pull him out the fucking door. I'm like, oh shit. Is this a Saber-Tooth? This is Jason Voorhees. So I thought that was kind of funny. And, you know, a practical moment. And the thing is, like, the few times they showed the puppetry work, it's fine. Like, it's not Stan Winston, it's not the Alien Queen, it's not John Carpenter's The Thing, you know. But it looks fine. Like, it doesn't look that bad. It looks a little bit stiff. But I'd rather see a lot more than this than the CG one, because the CG one looked fucking atrocious. Even for this time, 2002, it looks fucking bad. I mean, you just I don't know, you just look up a trailer or a clip, you'll see how fucking bad it looks. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like this, I mean, was that really acceptable at that time? That's shitty CGI? I guess so. That's why I didn't watch a whole lot of Sci-Fi Channel stuff. So a lot of times I would sit there and go, you know what? If all these films, if they just used practical effects, puppetry, they wouldn't be the best movies in the world, but I would personally enjoy these more than this awful because yeah, the special effects may be stiff, or maybe, you know, not quite moving as well as they could, as smooth as it could, but it'd be so much more fucking fun for me. Because the monster movies I grew up with was like Alligator. Well, I didn't. Alligator I saw later, but I do like Alligator. But like Stephen King's Graveyard Shift, Watchers 1 and 2, like those are the type of monster movies I grew up with. The Blob remake from 1988. God, I'm trying to think. Ghoulies 2, Critters, all four of them. Like, these are the films I grew up watching, these monster creature features. Of course, Aliens, Predator 1 and 2. Even ones I saw later on, like, you know, The Deadly Spawn, and it just, like, hell, Congo. People make fun of the effects, but at least a lot is done practically, and I appreciate that, and would rather have that than this shit. So that just, like, it bothers me. It does. It takes me out. Some may find a goofy charm to it. If you do, you know, this stuff may be for you, but... Did I mention this from the director of Children of the Corn 3, Urban Harvest? You know, the one that said, let's make Children of the Corn in the city. So let's have this, you know, neighborhood, city, but someone makes like a little cornfield in their backyard. Just everybody does that. Oh, and apparently the music is from Edor. Original music by Edor. I'm like, who the fuck is Edor? I know, yes, master. Yeah. Like Edor, that Edor? Who the fuck is Edor? And when did he make music? Did he play with his hump? With the beats, but Igor, what the fuck? I think it's Igor, but maybe he pronounces Igor. Maybe it's pronounced Igor. Well, I don't give a fuck. There's not much gore in this movie. The only gore is John Rhys Davies' death. If this film had more gore, like that would help too. Because it doesn't have a whole lot of gore. But I would say I like David Teeth. I almost said Teeth David. That'd be different. I mean, it'd be cool to have Teeth David in this too. From Jar Jar's The Thing, They Live, voice of Spawn in the animated. But I like David Teeth. I like John Rhys Davies. He always trying to offer more money for stuff. It's like, oh, I hate the poor. Complaining about having to carry all this heavy shit. Vanessa Angel, she's playing the two-faced bitch scientist because they find that whatever, again, David Teeth thinks is a lion. They find that it's killed someone. They find this blood. He tells Vanessa Angel, go get the satellite phone. She throws it away. There's a victim, like a woman who's hurt. She ignores it. So you really fucking hate this lady, as we're supposed to. So David T say, okay, we'll go for 24 hours, and then if we don't find anything, we'll call the cops. Because you don't call the cops later. If we don't call the cops sooner, but they kind of twist his arm to doing this. Because there may be other people out here and all that stuff. Again, the teenage characters, there's not a whole lot to them. Like I said, yeah, the military guy was being cocky and loud. Like I said, I've seen better, I've seen worse. But I've seen a lot better. The kills, okay, heavy spoilers. The nerd guy with the glasses, he gets killed pretty much off screen. The one girl gets grabbed in the head, a little bit of puppetry work of the Saber-Tooth. Then she gets dragged away by the CGI Saber-Tooth. The military guy, the black guy, he does this stupid thing where he has these knives. It's like, go! There's no reason for him to do this. They could fucking leave together, but I guess he has a death wish, or he's like, I can't go with you, because the strip, says I die here. So he has these two knives, and he's like, go cut you, fool. He tries to have a fucking knife fight with a Saber-Tooth. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why? What's funny is that he was on top, and he could, like, try to, while these two were there, jump down and try to jam your knives into the back of the thing. Because he's up top, and he's got the knives out, and it looks like he's ready to do it. I thought that's what he was going to do. But he just sounds like, go on, go on without me. And tries to, cut you, fool. And the CGI the CGI Saber-Tooth's like, cut you, fool. And of course, because there's nothing physical, it just looks silly, like him trying to do this to the CG Saber-Tooth. I keep wanting to say lion. Until the paw grabs him here. And when it lets go, he's been punctured and he dies. So not much gore. This character is fucking stupid. He's an idiot that deserves an idiot death. Fucking dumb. Vanessa Angel's assistant, there's this bit that they try to be witty, clever, where she's like, we don't know where this thing is. It could be behind me, I wouldn't know it. And then it jumps out behind her and she didn't know it and it drives her away to die. Now you don't see her get killed, but you know she got killed. So that lady assistant to Vanessa Angel, she gets killed. David Teeth eventually finds the remaining Tampers, the two of them. One of them is stuck in a cave. David Teeth found them earlier and talked with them, went over here, and then eventually comes back and tries to help them. David Teeth tries to tranquilize it, tries to stop it, saves the guy, Trent is his name, from the cave. Oh, by this point, John Rhys Davies has been killed. He gets, like, the only really gory death, where the Saber-Tooth gets on top of him, and the tusks go into his eyes. And then when David Teeth and the girl, Vanessa Angel, run, eventually they come back and they find that, like, John Rhys Davies, like, arms, head, legs, they're all eaten as just a torso. I mean, why did he get the only gory death? He gets tusks in the eyes, that gouge his eyes. Then when they come back, most of his shit's being eaten. It's just a fucking bloody torso. I'm like, where was this gore with the rest of the fucking movie? Why didn't we have more of this gore in the rest of the fucking film? I don't know why. Have, like, I don't a tusk go right here and out the bottom of the chin. Or up and goes like the top of the head or through the eye. Or and it goes like up here, or do this and tear a piece off, or tear a shoulder off, or something, man. That gore would have helped at least. David Teeth tries to shoot it, but the bitch, Vanessa Angel, the bitch took his bullets away. It's empty! Fucking bitch made it empty. David Teeth gets wounded. The other two campers try to help David Teeth. Vanessa Angel's there, pulls a gun on them. Trent, for some reason, I guess I didn't know he knew martial arts. Maybe he said it earlier, but he did like a spinning, like fucking, like jump spin kick. Wah! Like fucking Power Ranger. To tip the gun out of her hands, but he gets wounded. And then the Saber-Tooth is there, and Vanessa Angel's like, shoo, get away, shoo, they're gonna hurt you, get away. And then she gets killed. Even she doesn't get a gory death. She gets dragged away. Of all, like, she should get a gory death. Like, she gets... I mean, you do get to see some blood compared to others, but it should have been much more graphic, because she's, like, the human antagonist. You gotta have him die. Why did John Rhys Davies get the more vicious death, but not her? Like, there's some blood, but I think they could have done more. One then leads to another. David Teeth gets a spear. The thing jumps at him, lands, flips it over, goes off the cliff. It dies. The lady helps Trent and David Teeth get off the mountain, and the movie's over. So, I mean, the movie isn't long. It's not overly long. I don't mind the location they shot it in. See, there's a show here where they shot it at. They say the Pacific Northwest, but where it was shot. Big Bear Lake area within the San Bernardino National Forest. At least that's what it says here. And here's the thing, like the puppet, like it looks more like something you would see in like Labyrinth. Get the fuck, god damn it. I hate that. I had the picture up, I I just moved the fucking thing, you asshole. Come on. Give me the fucking thing, man. Like, that doesn't look bad. I mean, it's, like I said, makes me think of something from Labyrinth or Never Ending Story. But I mean, that looks a lot better than. Let me see if I can show the CG. Like, if there's gotta be a picture. Oh, really? Like, it's not going to show me a picture. Okay. Yeah, it only shows the practical because it knows that's the. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of. It's not a good representation, but that's kind of what it looks like. Like, really cheap looking. Like, a few step away from Food Fight or something. Like, that looks awful. Just from that shot. And that's like all the shots with it. But then you have, like, once in a while you see a shot like, I mean, why don't you use more of this? And those are used sparingly. I don't know why. Because they look, I mean, again, they do move a little stiff, but they look better. But anyway, that's just my own bitching about it. So, as is. Actually, now that I have this, what did this get on IMDb? I'm curious. If you're nostalgic, I guess, of old Sci-Fi Channel films, because I know Williams said he liked this film, and that's fine. Teach their own. If you liked it, it is on Tubi. As a 3.5, I think that's a fair rating. And yeah, I like David Keith. I like John Rhys Davies. The few times we see the puppet is cool, but way too much bad CGI. I mean, the plot is nothing. The characters, the teens, the hikers, campers, whatever you want to call them. Not much, the music. The very typical Sci-Fi Channel stuff with really bad CG. If you don't care about David Keith or John Rhys Davies like I do, you don't get less than nothing out of this. At least it's short. I mean, hell, I'd rather watch this than some of the shit I've seen, like 365 Days, that shitty rom-com. Not even comedy. I wannabe 50 Shades of Grey. I know, I called myself. So, I mean, I'm down still for seeing a creature feature with a couple actors I like. And I like the environment, the forest they shot it in. As I say much, I mean, you throw a rock, you find a movie with a forest in it. But I don't know. I'm just grasping at straws, I guess. But yeah, I'm not bait on the film. It's not the worst thing I've seen, though. It's really not. At least it went at a fast enough pace that, I wasn't too bored. Because with these Sci-Fi Channel films, they try to really keep the pace going in the midst of the commercials or where they place it. And they kind of have a specific running time, so it's pretty like 80, 90 minutes at most. And, it does follow through the tropes, and I'm a sucker for creature feature films, so some of the tropes are fun to see. But when you see films like Tremors, I always bring that up because I think it's one of the best. Like, you see how it could be done better. And I don't know. I don't mind the idea of a Saber-Tooth being the villain. Like I said, I just used the puppet practical one more than the awful CG. And do it with editing and camera work and point of view shot. Like, get some like point of view shots. Like, really try to be creative with it. And, you know, work on the characters. Or just focus more on David Teeth and build his character up. I don't know. I mean, if you can have, you know, victims for the slaughter. I get that. But then, you know, add more gore. Like, even Children of the Corn 3, the only thing I remember is that it had some good gore. But at least I remember that. This could have had more of that. I just say figure it's Sci-Fi Channel, so they know they're trying to do a whole lot and get away with it. So I guess that's why, to be fair. But then have an uncut version. Like, go buy the DVD, the Blu-ray. You get the uncut version. Do that. I mean, the one I saw wasn't a whole lot. You know. Anyway, take that for you will. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.